Before we get started with the open mic, I wanted to let you know that we've got on the little table that has the tablecloth on it on your way out, there's a sign with a QR code for you to let us know how you heard about the event, what you thought about the event. We're just gathering feedback. So we have printed forms as well. I always said a few. There's a few printed forms, so if you don't do the whole phone QR code thing, there's a few forms here as well. But again, before you leave, just take a shot of this code, and it'll take you to the web form to fill out, to give us your feedback. I also want to once again stress this Youth Poet Laureate Contest opportunity. I failed to mention that MJC is one of the partners in this, along with the Stanislaus County Office of Education, the Stanislaus County Library, and Modesto Stanislaus Poetry Center. It comes with a $500 scholarship. If you are selected, you will be the Poet Laureate for Stanislaus County, representing the youth voice, and just your voice also. But you'd have the opportunity to do readings, to have your work published, and to be mentored by people that will help you design a youth initiative for youth poets. So it's a lot of fun, and it comes with money. So there's also a flyer with the application code linked to the code as well. All right, so I've got about 9 people signed up for the open mic, and I just wanted to kind of go over the ground rules. Not that we're really super strict about it, but because we've got about an hour. So we are going to, let's see, I think that if we give everybody 4 minutes, and I know that's weirdly precise, and probably people haven't timed themselves so that they've got a 4-minute piece, but let's keep it around 4 minutes if possible. That would be wonderful, and that gives everybody a chance to share. And I'm going to start off the open mic by being the sacrificial open mic poet. And just to break the ice, and I'm setting the bar kind of low also, because I don't have a piece memorized. But I do want to share a poem by a Black poet who I love, who you might have heard of. Her name is Lucille Clifton, and she's a favorite poet of so many poets, a mentor to so many poets I know. She did workshops at this writers' workshop up in near Truckee called Community of Writers. So, and she's beloved. She passed about 10 years ago. Lucille Clifton, Blessing the Boats. May the tide that is entering even now the lip of our understanding carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love you back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever. And may you, in your innocence, sail through this to that. All right, thanks. Our first poet, Ashine Williams. Ashine, let's
Okay, so I don't have my poem memorized, but I need my poem. This piece is called What is Freedom? I want to feel free. Free from stress, free from worry, free from pain. Living in this 3D dimension is getting too much to maintain. I want to feel free to fly, free to soar. But what does freedom even look like when all I see is poor? Poor hearts, poor mindsets, poor souls, poor bank accounts with no dough. I know that my higher self strives, and that keeps me seeking more, constantly chasing the taste of freedom, wanting to feel it on my taste buds for my ancestors and their ancestors before me. Or am I chasing a dream? Chasing something I've never even seen? I know freedom is a feeling that's felt inside, your state of mind. But it's hard to connect with that when this mundane way of life keeps me trapped in the matrix. At times it's hard to face it, that maybe I'll never really know freedom until my time on this earth has ended. Maybe when I enter the fifth dimension will I truly experience what my soul prays for, to reside in love and happiness because I'm grateful. I hope I encounter that same soul, same energy, same glow, same entity again. My best friend, my rock, my safe haven. That would make death less scary. Instead, I would kind of look forward to that ending because it will be just the beginning of true freedom.
This is what we like to hear, lots of warm applause for our open mic readers. For some people, this is the first time they're getting up here to read a poem, so let's keep that in mind and keep that warm welcome and that energy flowing. Our second poet, open mic poet tonight is Kevin Walton. Kevin.
I'll definitely be reading. No, I want to read it.
Oh, you want me to mic?
No,
Oh,
I'm
right.
gonna read it.
All right then. Okay.
Okay, this, I'm going to go with one piece. I got it set for 2 minutes, so see if I can't get another one in. If this one gets done fast enough. Here we go. It's called Lonely Daughters. Just a second here, I'm reading, so. Her dead eyes look out from an skein cut abruptly, seeing nothing as they are seen, and the wind whistles loudly on a stark, cold day. She trusted his essential good out of lack she felt rising in her since she first knew increase. And the wind whips wisp of tattered raiment, still damp. Horrid surprise filled her eyes, still expectant of mercy, just prior to death's blow, arriving from hands well known. And the wind softened slightly as suns dip and set. An accessory, but beautiful, betrothed, but never wed. She toiled in the way of old wives and their tales, and the wind gathers gales to deliver a night's chill. Of her mother's care, she shortened recall and little real experience. Her father, she knew not. And the wind with its bitterest edge offers icy retreat. Who knew her speaks with poignancy and euphemism of the sadness of her passing and the great shame it was. And the wind blows truth into corners to be ignored. She'd been mainly invisible to all but who'd kept her. What image she revealed was highly contrived. And the wind housed warnings to lonely daughters. That's 151. This piece is called No Custody. Just in case this was about Black history, I'm opting out of Aunt Julian Calendar's erstwhile placeholder. Perhaps I misspeak or overreact or whatever the white liberal / black moderate said within those cultural strictures standing opposed and myopic, unseen of the raiment and regal bearing of an ebon diaspora through grimy lens of ignorance and palely implanted expectations that in commemorative run of prescribed days might encapsulate a history yet ongoing draws not my favor or glad countenance, nor will I caper about and slap happy coon, grateful of an oppressor's gestures, both too late and in crap load short of tangible reparations. Nah, my niggas and my pale playboys likewise take special note of an history now prophesied from a dark promontory, unseen by privilege. Weapons close, powder dry, no motherfucking custody.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Nice to meet you and hear your work. mic reader this evening is Patricia Howard. Patricia, welcome.
This is not my poem, it's my Angela's piece for her. And it's called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with bitter, twisted lies. You may troll me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sadness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lower eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by soulful cries. Does my hateness offer you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? That I dance like I've got diamonds in the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history, shame, I rise. Up from a past that rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, willing, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a dark break that's wondrous clear, I rise. Bringing the gift that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Thank you, Patricia.
You're welcome.
Our next open mic poet, Josephine McKinney. Are you here, Josephine? Okay. I have to wait a few seconds because sometimes people decide to hide. I can change their mind at the last minute. Josephine, I'm going to move on. You're going to miss your turn. All right. Vanita Veal was our next open mic reader. Vanita? I'm looking all around. Okay. Then next after Vanita, Paul Gardley. Have you been so happy to meet you.
So the poem that I'm going to recite is written by myself about 2 decades ago. And the title is A Necessitation for Emancipation. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation from the things that contain me because they're overrated, from the items that restrain me because they're situated, from the entities that constrain me because they're fabricated. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation in order to concentrate on my life's reflection, in order to deliberate on my conscious interjection, in order to contemplate on my existence's selection. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation, to avoid obligation to the appointments I violated, to avoid designation to the rendezvous I've dated, to avoid consideration to the engagements I've stated. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation against the requirements that permit my time from invalidation, against the duties that commit my time from termination, against the promises that limit my time from obliteration. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation from the individuals who make me feel as if my respiration is suffocated, from those people who constantly deal as if my power is subjugated, from those mortals who act like I'm an imbecile as if my intellect is subordinated. I have a necessitation to receive emancipation to smell the fragrances in the air and hear the sound of nature elated. To ogle, see, look, or stare and taste the essence of life created. To feel happiness, joy, and be unaware and knowing I'm appreciated. A necessitation for emancipation.
Fantastic. Thank you, Paul. So much talent in the room tonight. Oh my goodness. Our next open mic poet is Ryan Evans. Welcome.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
How y'all doing tonight? So my name is Ryan Evans, and obviously I'm a poet. But before I get started, I'm going to just ask you guys one question. How many of you guys would say that you're on a spiritual journey? Raise your hand. Okay, most of us. Okay. Me too, and my poems are an expression and reflection of that journey and my evolving relationship with God. So as I share these two short poems with you guys, I'm inviting you to sit back, relax, and come on that journey with me. This first poem I'm going to share with y'all is called Butterfly, and I began writing this poem maybe about 5 years ago when I was in the beginning of my search for God and truth, and it goes like this. Butterfly, tell me how you got your wings, because I see you fly, though I've seen you crawl. I see you flutter, though I've seen you fall. Fall, then in your season, you spring with new life. Butterfly, I need some advice. Butterfly, tell me how it feels to soar when you never knew this feeling before. When you embody transformation, turn darkness into a revelation, please relate to me this information, butterfly. I must know more. Butterfly, tell me how you broke the mold. When freed from prison's confining abode, you emerged as a beauty to behold. You found your light in shadow spite, followed ambition's appetite, and now you spread your wings up, right. Butterfly, I must take flight. Butterfly, once a caterpillar whose potential was unsuspected, yet your faith was still detected when it was unknown how you would be affected when divinely redirected. This chrysalis has done us well, but it's time to come out of my shell. I'm ready to spread my wings and soar. Butterfly, farewell. Thank you guys so much. This last poem I'm going to share is called Communion, and I'm going to just let this poem speak for itself. When I am broken like the bread, he communes with me and brings me back to life from the dead, and he says, it's okay to feel blue, but remember the shade of my words that you have read. Your wounds don't bleed anything I haven't bled. And he says, I am the sun who will rise on your dark night of soul, and I will be the warmth you need when the world is cold. You are being tempted by anything new. Even I was tempted by the demons of old, but I schooled them, so let them know that you're enrolled. He who is in you is timeless, so clock him with that and they'll fold. And he says,
When you need someone to lean on, I am there like the tree of life, ready to give you fruit like a fresh pair of shoes to support you as you walk and give you the words to speak as you talk. So when the mockers try to stone you with their words, let the kindness that you show them, let them know how we rock. But the truth is, words do harm me like sticks and stones, along with unwanted circumstances and life's unknowns, but the Father heals my broken bones with love. And love is the God-man named Jesus who atones and broke so that I can mend. When I am hungry to be healed, he communes with me. And he feeds me with his broken bread. Thank you, guys.
Wow. Everybody's so good. Thanks, Ryan. Our next open mic poet, next to last, Danielle Salcedo. Are you here tonight, Danielle? I don't think so. And then, well, we're just going to wait a beat before I rush to the end. Danielle. And our last poet reading an open mic tonight is Eric Haley. Please welcome Eric Haley.
Put that there in case someone wants to put a picture of that. Yes. Our host said, my name is Eric Haley. I came here tonight to support my granddaughter who was just up before me. And so I want to do two short poems. The first poem I would like to do is called Lost World of Utopia. And in case you don't know what utopia is, that's a perfect world. And it's very short. And here he goes. Where did the world of utopia fade? Not in the darkness of the shadows, not in the shade. The non-entities of the world are off its pace. The world of utopia is lost in space. Thank you. Let me say this before I do this last poem. I want to thank my wife. She lets me out of the house every now and then. My wife over there with our artistic side. The last poem I want to do, one thing we all have in common, regardless of our background, we all are going to die one day. And so this poem is dedicated for all of us who want to go to heaven. And it's called Salvation Rap. But it's also an audience participation. So if I can get you to start clapping your hand, the more you clap, the better I'll be. So. Jesus Christ is the Savior of the world. He died for me, women, boys, and girls. He died for you. He died for me. He came to make the truth plain, you see. No other name by which you are saved. Jesus' blood has paved the way. Hey, Buddha, Muhammad, and young son Moon, Mormon, Harry, Christian, understand the tune. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Follow on him, avoid all the strife. Don't take too long about making up your mind. If you take too long, you get left behind. God loved the soul, and he gave his son. Don't you want to go to heaven and be number one? Yeah. Book just released. It's called It Starts at the Dinner Table. So if you want to snapshot that, my website is on there, HaleyMinistries.com. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Maybe, I don't know, our mic is... Our rechargeable mic, there we go. Needs a little charging. Thank you again so much for coming tonight. Just want to remind you, we would love to collect your feedback, so give a little scan on that QR code that's on that table out there on your way out the door. There's also some forms that you can fill out if you are averse to scanning those codes. I'm really happy to have spent my Friday evening with you all tonight. Angela was amazing, and she's going to be speaking at the African American Ed Conference as well. So, and other amazing speakers are going to be there. There's so many poets in the audience, in our open mic audience tonight. I'm kind of blown away by